thought last week was bad, this week is worse. I struggle to understand the massive loss of potential. Here we go, another fashion edition featuring some of the Meg's worst looks ever. Hey everybody, I'm Beebs Kelley. Thank you so much for being here with me today. This week, I had a jury duty notice to call like after 5 p.m. the day before I was supposed to be there to see whether I actually had to be there or not. I had a hard time with that lack of warning. Like I really, in the past, have struggled if plans change. I can't adapt as quickly as I would like to. I'm good at it with my kids because if the kids need something changed, I'm totally with it. I'm there. I'm supportive of it. I'm like, this is fine. This is what we do. We have to be calm about it. But if it's this, maybe you'll have to go, maybe, I don't like that. I didn't like it. Anyway, I ended up not getting called, which was good. Anyway, let's get back to the Meg. Sorry. Her style profile, real quick, let's review it one more time. She has got longer legs in proportion to her shorter torso. She has long, skinny limbs. She has a boxy frame and those wide, prominent shoulders. So stop. Have you ever seen something this messy before? This is the outfit of 1,000 textures, and I don't like it. It's just too much happening. There is too much going on in this outfit. It does not work. Meghan Markle had a weird thing going on for a while where she liked wearing a leather jacket, like a biker jacket, with a normal cocktail dress or evening gown. It was a weird phase. And not one of those pictures did I think, ooh, this is a look. This could be a trend. This is great. None of them. You have to be actually quite fairly high in coolness to really pull that off. And she did not. Have this sort of plum, pleated, very pleated, lots of pleats dress, it looks to be. In and of itself is not bad. But then she has a velvet handbag and a leather jacket. At which point, it is far too much. Thank goodness I can't see those shoes. Probably another texture like snakeskin or something. I'm literally, there's not much else I can say except that this should never have been put together as an outfit. And again, just throwing it over the shoulders. What is with that? You guys explain it to me. I have never done that and thought, wow, this is comfy. This doesn't feel like it's about to fall off my body at any second. Now, I don't have super broad shoulders for my frame, so maybe that's part of why. I'm also quite busty, so maybe I feel like they're just gonna push the coat right off of me. I don't know. But not once have I ever done this and liked the way it feels. And maybe it's the uncomfortability that I'm reading as it being so bad. Tell me, somebody help me understand this. All right, next up we have a now somewhat infamous look. Okay, this was a weird trip, wasn't it? This was a real weird trip they went on. Oh my God, a big PR stunt that literally felt empty. It was so strange. What were they even doing? They weren't there like really bringing any value to the appearances they were making. They weren't really doing anything. They were just showing up places. It was very vapid. It was a very strange experience. And this was right before the Queen died, so it flopped. The biggest belly flop ever. Like, ugh. To make things even worse, Meghan pulled out this number to wear, and it's rough. Let's start from the top down. I don't mind the hairdo at all. I think it's fine. The main thing I don't like about it is the center part. I do think slight side parts look a little better, but the turtleneck actually works okay here for her. If you have a shorter neck and you're doing a turtleneck, if you have something that has some cutouts or shows a little bit of skin somehow, actually helps make the turtleneck not look so suffocating. So this is fine in this situation. And the white color is quite pretty on her. I like the sweater vibe of it. I actually like the top okay. Is it perfect for this event? I don't know. I don't even know what this event was. And it does actually give the result of breaking up the shoulder a little bit. So it's okay, honestly. And she does have good toned shoulders, so it's okay to show them in the right way. I'm not suggesting she should never expose her shoulders and hide them. No, your body type you should own and work with, not hide. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, you know, sometimes she chooses things that don't serve her. But here it works just fine because it creates some balance and it breaks things up a little bit. Pants, though, are an absolute nightmare. They are way too high and they're falling down. You can tell that they were meant to be worn even higher. They are just way too big for her. There's way too much room. The pleats are way too severe, and there's so much fabric gathered up there. Everything is looking bigger and shapeless, and her belt is flopping around again. Last week and this week we have weird coat capes and floppy, flappy belts. Her torso just looks so much shorter than it already is, so that's the wrong choice. She needs to exclusively stick with mid-rise things. You know, on occasion, she would get a pass if she pulled out a high-rise thing that she absolutely loved. On occasion, but this all the time is no good. The amount of fabric is just overwhelming. Plus, with those really masculine pleats down the front, more tapered and not actual wide leg, this actually would have worked fine, and I could have gotten past the aggressive over-the-top pleating situation and high-waistedness if they were not as wide leg, because she was just swimming in them. Anyway, what did you guys think of the giant pants? Okay, next up we have the tag show dress. Initially, I was like, oh, well, I feel bad for her. That sucks. You know, who hasn't occasionally missed a tag? But it wasn't just a missed tag, like how sometimes the washing instructions are like way down low and the actual tag is up high. It wasn't like that. Once I saw it was the literal price tag was on there still. So that was a little unfortunate. But you know, if those things happen sometimes, people are usually understanding to it. It's when it's paired up with somebody who tends to not be very nice that people tend to go hard on those types of mistakes, in my opinion and experience. But anyway, here we have this dress that initially I didn't mind it too much. The sleeves have room in them up at the top, which is perfect for her because things that are really, really skinny and tight fitting on her just accentuate her super skinny limbs or her, you know, lankiness or things of that nature in her figure. So it's the correct choice to have that little bit of room in the sleeves. The length of it is really good for her as well. I do not mind at all the general design of the dress. One thing that I wish maybe wasn't happening was that belt, because it's clearly too high up. So if that were not there, it would look much better. And a structured, strong slip would have prevented the skirt or the dress from being sucked between her legs in this way, which would have, of course, been best. Also has the right amount of volume for her shape. It doesn't flare out super big, accentuating her thin legs, and it's not super tight either. It has just the right amount of volume. And I know like a lot of people didn't really like the sort of embroidery in the mesh paneling across the top, and I can totally see why. I think that maybe this dress would have been better suited for a nighttime occasion just because it does have some of that sheer paneling. It's not quite well suited to the occasion. Okay, next up we have probably the worst way to have a tie belt I've ever seen, and that is a different fabric or a shiny fabric than the garment that you're wearing. So here we have a matte coat. This trench coat would be just fine on its own. And then there's this terrible oversized satin belt. Horrible choice because it's huge and it's shiny fabric, so it's catching every single light and flash from a camera out there. So it's just drawing your eye right there, making it look like a bathrobe. I think in person it would be fine because in person shiny satiny fabrics are not quite as intense as they are on camera. That's where it's know what you're doing, know your role. If you're there to be photographed and seen and camera flashes are going to be happening, don't wear shiny fabrics unless you are super duper careful about them. Next up, this is an old picture. I think this might have been right around the time she started getting with Harry, or I don't know. It's pretty old, but it's really bad. What in the absolute duck is this? What? 2000s prom, maybe. I need to go take a walk after this. This is bad. The only thing I will say that is okay is her pants. They are mid-rise, so they're hitting her at an okay spot. And they're not slinky or too skinny, and they're not too wide leg. And they look to have a good structure to them, more like dress pants or trousers rather than like stretchy sort of fabrics, so that's good too because they will keep that shape rather than start to cling to her when she moves. It's the top that makes me cringe so hard. Scattered flowers under like an organza or like tulle sort of a material just wrapped around her like a bandage. And then there's this super messy fabric that looks like it's tucked into the top and then folded over, real messy like. And then to top it all off, her shoulders are the showcase here. And it accentuates the lack of definition and more boxy in the waist. So I'd like to throw in a positive one here. This one is just fine. It's a little wrinkled, so it could have used some help there. There are products out there to stop your clothes from wrinkling up. It's nice, it's simple, it's sleek. Look at how nice a dress can look on her without a tiny belt interrupting the flow. It looks so much better. It's a nice weight, you can tell, and the shoulders and the neckline and whatnot are nice and simple, so it doesn't draw attention to anything up there. It's just refreshing. The dress hits her at a good length too, so it's overall a really good dress and outfit. Overall, the look is nice and simple and sleek, so this was a good choice. Sometimes simpler is better. She also does this thing where she kind of sticks her elbows out a lot, and we're going to be talking about that in an upcoming video about what the problem exactly is with those elbows. And of course, no one has to do anything. No one has to have good poise or grace in their body language. No one has to dress their best for things. But when you are literally representing the most famous monarchy in the world, arguably, and you're on a public duty, an appearance, an official engagement, you're doing something real. You're doing something important. These sort of diplomatic trips and things of that nature, they're framed, they're part of history, they're important. So that is the time to rise to the occasion and tick all the boxes, cross all your T's, dot all your I's, do things right. And that's something we can all do when we have something special, a special occasion. We can rise to that occasion by trying to dress our best and look our best and not distract or ruin a picture by going off dress code or wearing something strange. We can try our best when we have something important. And so I think that's part of why a lot of people get really frustrated when they see Meghan Markle have all these fashion fails, because not only can we learn from it, but it's just, why wouldn't you try? I don't know. The poo emoji hat has arrived in fashion editions. This is the coat that has that satin lining I disliked last week. I still dislike it, but here the coat is closed, so it's not that big of a deal. Real tragedy of the outfit is the hat. You know, I'm not sure that brown is ever the best color for these types of events. I think that brown can be really pretty and really nicely worn at certain times, but it's important to be choosing the occasion properly for your colors. And around the holidays, I think generally speaking, it's good to wear stuff that is more bright and cheerful or on color schemes that you would generally see. And so, you know, it looks a little bit like she's the past due Christmas tree here, maybe the one that has lost all its needles. I don't know. Gloves, the purse, and the boots don't quite all match, and then it's with this camel colored coat. So all together, it's just not quite meshing the way a tonal outfit should. A tonal outfit should be not too matchy-matchy. You should have plenty of variation in shade, but all in the same tone and color. So the same temperature of that color and things of that nature. But here we don't have that. So let me explain what I mean. The purse and the hat look to be giving off warmer tones than the boots and the gloves. So I think it was just kind of a bad pairing, and it looks a little clunky. It looks a little bit bulky and unpolished. What do you guys think of that Christmas outfit? Let me know in the comments what you would like to see more of. Do you want more beauty, chatty get ready with me's, mass fashion? What do you guys want to see more of? We put out fashion editions every Friday and often lots of bonus videos throughout the week about all sorts of things. We'd love to have you here. You just have to click subscribe, click the bell icon so that you do not miss my upcoming videos. And if you liked today's video, please do also give it a thumbs up and share it. And thank you so much for being here with me today. I will see you guys next time. Have a happy day. Bye!